For a weekend in June, we took a quick road trip to Lake Placid, New York. I brought along my journal and I wanted to bring you guys along too. Let's go ahead and get on the road. Lake Placid, New York is a super small town with less than 2,500 people, located in really the middle of nowhere, New York. But it is the site of 2 Winter Olympics, which is obviously the claim to fame of this very small town, but it's also super, super beautiful. There's a lot of little shops and coffee places, bookstores, and it's just super cute. It's also really close to a lot of hikes and ski trails and so many things to do. So our first day in Lake Placid was a Friday, and we absolutely lucked out with perfect weather. It was not too hot, not too cold, just perfect out. We stayed at the Grand Adirondack Hotel, which is a super cute boutique hotel, but it is owned by Marriott, and it is right in the center of downtown Lake Placid, and it was absolutely beautiful. I unfortunately didn't get any footage of the hotel for this video, but I do have photos that you can see on my Instagram or in my scrapbook when I put together layouts about this vacation. So our first day there, we just spent some time browsing the downtown. We walked around, we looked at all of the shops. We decided to skip the Olympic Museum, but we did take a peek at the various ice rinks and saw a lot of just like the Olympic stuff that is in downtown, plus went into a lot of little shops, which is really my favorite part of browsing small towns. We spent some time in the afternoon in the hotel, which is what you're seeing right now. I was working on my journal. When I travel, I like to have some downtime in the hotel because I do get very tired walking around and doing a lot of things. And then it gives me a chance to check in with my journal and write down my feelings and observations in the moment, as opposed to later when I get home, which is what I do when I scrapbook the vacation. On our first day, in addition to browsing the shops, we also met up with some of my friends for a amazing dinner, and we spent a little bit of time at the rooftop bar in our hotel. In addition to journaling about my day, which you saw on my daily page in my Hobonichi cousin, I also updated my weekly spread, which is something I do all the time, whether or not I'm traveling, and just keep a detailed, or not really even that detailed, but notes about what happened for the day. So I have it as a reference when I go back to scrapbook. For a trip like this, I share more details in my journal because I put them in my daily pages, and my daily pages don't usually have to do with what happened on that day. They're more just random thoughts or feelings or ramblings, whatever I'm feeling that day. But when I do travel, my daily pages typically reflect what actually happened on that day, but I still keep up with my weekly spreads because those are super helpful when working on project life. And I just like having that complete, just documented record of everything that happened in the year. I do want to apologize for the awkward angles while I'm filming in the hotel room. While I'm traveling, I don't have the ability to bring all of my equipment with me, so I just have a small tripod. You can see the leg of it in the video, but hopefully you can see enough of my planner that you can get a feel for what I'm doing and that the angle of the video isn't too distracting. Most of the stickers that I'm using on my weekly spreads are from the Coffee Monster Co. I love, love, love their stickers. They're very, very cute, adorable icons. And I've organized them in these little folders from Hobonichi that I purchased on Amazon. You can find a link for those in my Amazon storefront or down below in the description of the video. Okay, so Saturday morning started with coffee at Origin Coffee Co., which is located both in Lake Placid and Saranac Lake. It was a very cute little coffee shop. Fortunately, again, I didn't capture video of it. I promise in future travel videos, I'm going to be better about capturing videos of everything, but I was just enjoying the moment, right? Then we went up to the top of Whiteface Mountain, which is one of the high peaks in the Adirondack Mountains. You can drive most of the way up, but then we hiked the last little bit. And there's also an elevator. So we took the elevator back down because it was super cold and windy and we hadn't actually brought jackets for that. But we went through the tunnel at the bottom of the elevator, which was actually really neat. So I recommend taking the elevator just to see the tunnel. Then we spent the rest of the day with my friends in Malone, New York. So I didn't capture video of that, but that wrapped up our trip to the Adirondacks and to Lake Placid. Then we came home Sunday morning. I then will show you some video footage of me at my desk. Okay, I'm back at my desk in Albany. It's a little after noon on Sunday. So I wanted to kind of show you what I brought home and where I am with my journal. And then I'm going to catch up my journal. So I picked up a bunch of random things. I picked up these were just like free magazines that I thought maybe I could cut some letters or something out, not necessarily for my trip. Picked out this just random guide that I thought might have some things. This was a map, but it kind of got a little squished in my bag. I went to Whiteface, so I grabbed 2 of these so I could probably cut up one for my journal and then have one for my scrapbook. I went on a walk at Paul Smith College and I thought this pamphlet was super cute, so I might cut that out. This was from my hotels, the notepad. I already used a piece in my journal, but it's very cute. This was a bag from where I bought some stuff and I was thinking of cutting out that sticker to keep, otherwise I'll just toss the bag. These are coasters from my hotel. Very cute. I might put one in my scrapbook or if I do a mini album, but they are definitely too thick for my journal. I got this postcard for my mini album that I haven't started yet, but I am planning on doing like a New York little adventure mini album. So that's for that. And then I picked up these 2 stickers. Definitely for the mini album, but this one might put in my journal, I'm not sure. We didn't have any time to journal in the hotel room on Saturday because we did spend most of the day away from the hotel. We were visiting my friends at my friend's house for a large part of the afternoon, so I didn't have my journal or time to sit with my journal, so I decided to fill in my Saturday pages once I got back home on Sunday, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. starting my journaling pages by finding pieces of ephemera that I can cut out and add to my pages that represent the various things that we did. So obviously I cut out the whiteface from the flyer from whiteface, but what I also did was went through all of these little like free flyers and magazines. I highly recommend picking these things up when you travel because they often have advertisements in them for all sorts of shops and events and things to do in the area. And what I did was I found ads for things that I actually went to. So I was able to find one for two of the different places where we got coffee. I found one for one of the bookshops I visited. I found one for the college that I went to go on one of their hiking trails. And it just worked out super well for me to use these to pull some ephemera. They are always free, and you can always find these in like hotel lobbies or visitor centers or just different places like that. So I highly recommend picking those up for in your journal. So I mentioned this a little earlier in the video, but for my daily pages in my hobonichi cousin when traveling, I tend to do an actual recap of what happened that day. Therefore, I can share some longer stories and reflections and thoughts about everything that happened. And I like to do this as close in time as possible to when we actually did the travel. So this one, I'm journaling all about our Saturday on Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. So it's still pretty fresh in my mind. I'm able to recap kind of all of the things that we did and then also add a little bit of my reflection of how I felt about the trip and, things I was thankful for and that type of thing. I also cut out that word Lake Placid that you can see in the bottom right corner of the screen from one of those free flyers, and you'll see that I'm going to use that in my monthly spread. My hobonichi cousin monthly spreads I use, it's not really related to travel, but every day I put a different icon to represent the day, a photo or a sticker or something like that, and cutting out the Lake Placid logo there. It wasn't really a logo, I guess. The city doesn't have a logo, but that title was perfect to add to the weekend in that monthly spread. So at first I cut out one of the icons for the hotel from the notepad I grabbed from the hotel, which is also something I recommend doing when you stay in a hotel. They often have one of those like free notepads in the room that has their logo on it. So if it is a cute one, you might want to grab it or even just grab one page if that's all you need. And then I cut out this word for Saranac Lake because that is also a town nearby Lake Placid, and we also went there on Saturday. So I was considering using that here, but then I remembered the Lake Placid words that I cut out and decided to use those instead. Finally, I'm wrapping up this journal session by starting my daily page for the Sunday, which is the day I'm recording. And I'm going through my stickers. I have a lot of stickers that I keep in my journaling pouch to pull from for my daily pages. A lot of these are from Brandy Kincaid. I have links down below to my favorite places to pick up stickers. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And as always, I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.